The 2017 year is going to be a big year for the Academy. We're in the fall going to go from 2 to 6 teams, which of course is exciting, but it's going to be a lot of work. You know, we're going to be bringing in new coaches, a lot of new players joining the club. The link between the first team and the Academy continues to grow, and I think the style of play that we have is there for everybody to see, that they're playing the same way the first team plays, and that allows for the right progression when any of our Academy players get called up to the first team. It's exciting. We're very confident that our Academy will be the best in MLS. That's our goal. We want to attract the best players in the New York area. We want to make sure our coaches understand the importance of developing these young men into professional soccer players, but also to good people. And it continues to grow. I mean, it's something that we're really excited about, and it's not only important in New York, but it's important in Manchester and Melbourne that our young players prepare themselves for the next level, and that work is happening. Okay. We're going to add 4 new teams, and the age categories are U12, U13s, U14s, U15s, U17, and U19. So those are the 6 teams, and being here from the beginning, it's for me, you know, one of the joys I have is to see all the new coaches, the new staff, the new players that come join our team and really want to be here, and that speaks to the family culture that's been created from everyone who's been part of this club, and you know, the fans showing an interest in our Academy, the fans showing an interest in everything we're doing at the community level, and it gives everyone who works at the club that extra pride and motivation to make sure that, you know, we do a good job when we develop these young players, because, you know, we all believe that you know, in 2, 3, 4 years, we're going to have players coming from the Academy, and our fans are going to be really excited about that, you know, that we're developing our own, that we have our own local products going to be playing and running out in our stadium is great. James is a perfect example of that. James Sands being already with the first team is a wonderful story. You know, we brought him into preseason, you know, as our top Academy talent. He's with the under-17 national team. In December, he was part of a team that beat Portugal, Turkey, and Brazil at the friendlies down in Florida, and we realized and felt that he could come into preseason and be of the level to compete and perform. Certainly took us all by surprise, and especially Patrick, with how composed he's been as a 16-year-old to play with men for the first time and be in part of a first team setting, and has been a real pleasant surprise that he's adapted so quick, and he's learned on the fly. He's got the right temperament. He fits into our system of play as a holding midfielder, and has had really good performances down in MLEC in front of 40,000 fans. You know, showed his composure and had a very good game. It's been for sure one of the great stories of preseason, that we've been able to have that link with the Academy and first team probably sooner than we expected, and it's a player that's worked really hard to get there. James, I've known since he's 10, 11 years old, and to see him come along and integrate himself into the first team has been tremendous, and you know, he deserves a lot of credit. He developed at one of our affiliates, New York Soccer Club. He joined our Academy. He's been down at residencies, so a lot of different clubs and U.S. Soccer's also taken a big part of his development, but you know, the credit goes to him, really. You know, he's continued to improve. Really, it's a great story. So the future is really bright. You know, you see our Academy product like James being able to come and settle in so quickly has been a real good highlight story of the preseason. Our Academy coaching staff's taking great pride in pushing the players, and having James do so well has inspired them all right away. I think you know, they were playing with him just 3 or 4 months ago on the under-16 team, and now they see one of their teammates not just training with the first team, but doing well. Has been a great story, and has inspired them to realize that could be them next. So the work needs to continue. They have to see, you know, that it's not just James as a player, but also his attributes off the field and how he carries himself is a big reason why Patrick likes him as well. He's got the mentality that Patrick always talks about, that he feels is important for a player to succeed regardless of the age they are, and you know, our Academy has certainly been inspired and motivated with James's success. From day one, when we launched the club and the Academy was something we were going to develop, you know, it was important that we built relationships with local clubs and affiliates, and a lot of the credit goes to them. Without them, we really wouldn't be where we are today. You know, they develop the players we have now in their younger years. They continue to be really good partners. They play a key role in the early development of players in ages 6, 7, 8, 9 years old before they pass on to us, and you know, it continues to evolve. James Sands is a perfect example. He started his career at New York Soccer Club. Jack Harrison was at Manhattan Soccer Club before going on to Wake Forest. So more than anything, we want to thank them because their passion and their desire for years before we were around to develop players was there. And now we've come in, and we've always felt it was important that we link with these clubs. And also, besides just our affiliates, that we've always had a real open door policy in terms of the relationships we have with local youth clubs, youth organizations, and you know, we want them to understand that, you know, we are, as New York City FC, you know, representing them as well. You know, it's just not us being off on our own, doing our own thing, that we want to work with them, and there's many different ways that we can improve them as well. So we've made a commitment to that from day one, that we want to have a real good relationship and integrate with the local youth soccer community. In such a short time, we've have players at basically all the age groups at U.S. Soccer. You know, at the different age groups, our players are being recognized and being selected, and that's a great achievement and recognition for our academy, and of course the players that have been selected. So it's great to see. We want to have more. You know, we want to have it every year. We want to make sure that all of our players realize that they can make the national team and play at that level. So it's important, but we also realize we come from an area where there's talent. So we are fortunate in the region we live that there's talented soccer players. So there's no excuse for us as an academy and as a club not to develop our own players, and not just for the national team, but also for our first team. So that part of it is exciting, and we need to continue to push players and realize that, you know, they have to strive for the next level, and for our younger players, it is the U.S. national team. And when they do well, the message we tell them is to continue to improve, and when they get invited, we want them to be fighting to play, to start, not to just to be part of the squad. And to do that in such a short time is great, but we have to keep pushing. Yeah, we're really excited about the Girls Academy. It's a big step for the club. Women's football is really important in Manchester and Melbourne, and now for us, we're committed to the growth of the girls game in conjunction with World Class, who's going to be our partner to start our New York City Girls Academy across the street from our new training facility. So we'll be able to interact and watch, and they can come, you know, watch our first team train as well. But it's important, you know, our region has produced many national team and World Cup winners, and you know, to hopefully one day have an NYCFC Girls Academy player representing the U.S. national team in an Olympics or World Cup is something that we're going to be excited about. So we're taking our first step into that, and it's a big announcement for the club and a big commitment that we're showing to the girls' game. Yeah, we continue to, in other ways, grow our soccer footprint in the New York area, and the 50 pitch initiatives continues to develop, and was a great announcement last season that we had. And you know, just to think that come this year we're going to start laying pitches around the New York area where kids can go and play and have a safe place to play with their friends is exciting. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but I'm sure one day there'll be a player from one of these pitches that'll come to our academy, and hopefully one day to our first team. And you know, it's an incredible commitment by the club and all of our partners to continue to grow the game at the grassroots level. You know, we feel it's important not just to have a strong competitive first team, but make sure we're doing the same amount of work in the community, whether it's with facilities or the academy programs we're doing. And it's exciting for me to see all this happening, the evolution of the club from the ground up, and over the next 5 years to have 50 pitches laid in the 5 boroughs is going to be really exciting for everyone, but most importantly the children.